your coats, Audrey? And how, Audrey, am I the man yet of my simple feature content you?
Oh, your features, Lord warrant us. What features?
I am here with thee and thy goats as the most capricious poet, honest Ovid was among the Goths.
Oh, knowledge ill inhabited, worse than Jove in a thatched house.
When a man's good wits cannot be seconded with a foretaught understanding, it strikes a man more dead than a great reckoning in a little room. Truly, I would the gods had made thee poetical.
I do not know what poetical is. Is it honest in deed and word? Is it a true thing?
No, truly, for the truest poetry is the most feigning, and lovers are given to poetry, and what they swear in poetry may be said as lovers they do feign.
Do you wish then that the gods had made me poetical?
I do, truly, for thou swearest to me thou art honest. Now, if thou art a poet, I might have some hope thou didst feign.
Would you not have me honest?
No, truly, for honesty coupled to beauty is to have honey as sauce to sugar.
A material fool.
Well, I am not fair, and therefore I pray the gods make me honest.
Truly, for to cast away honesty upon a foul slut were to put good meat into an unclean dish.
Well, I am a slut, as thou art nasty. I thank the gods that I am foul.
Well, praise be the gods for thy foulness. Sluttishness may come hereafter. But, be it as it may be, I will marry thee. And to that end I've been with Sir Oliver Martex, who has promised to meet me in this place of the forest and to couple us.
I'm fain to see this meeting.
Will the gods give us joy?
Amen. A man may, if he were a fearful heart, stagger in his attempt, for here we have no temple but the woods, no assembly but horned beasts. But what though? Courage! As horns are odious, they are necessary. It is said many a man knows no end of his goods. Right, many a man has good horns, knows no end of them. Horns. Sir Oliver Martex. Sir Oliver Martex, you are well met. Will you dispatch us here under this tree, or shall we go with you? Is there none here to give the woman? I will not take her on gift of any man. Truly, she must be given, or the marriage is not lawful.
Proceed, I'll give.
Good even, what do you call it? How do you do, sir? I am very pleased to see you. Ah, you are very well, thank you. You are very well met, even a toy in hand here, sir.
Will you be married, Motley?
As the ox hath his bow, the horse his curb, and the falcon her bells, so I have my desires, and as pigeons build, so wedlock could be nibbling.
And will you, being one of your breeding, be married under a bush, like a beggar? Go, get you to a proper church and have a good priest tell you what marriage is. For this fellow will but join you as they join wainscot, and one of you will prove a shrunk panel and, like green timber, warped warp.
I am not of the mind, but I were better married of him than of another, though he is not like to marry me well.
Go thou with me, let me counsel thee.
Come, Audrey. We must away and live in Audrey. Farewell, Sir Oliver, not oh, sweet Oliver, oh, brave Oliver, leave me not behind thee, but wind away, be gone, I say, I will not to wedding with thee.
'Tis no matter, never fantastical knave of them, also float me out of my calling.
Never talk to me, I will weep.
Do, I pray thee, but yet have the grace to consider that tears do not become a man.
But have I not cause to weep?
As great a cause as one would desire, therefore weep.
Oh, his kissing must be full of sanctity as the touch of holy bread. Why promise he would come here this morning and comes not?
Nay, certainly there is no truth in him.
Think so?
Yes. I do not think he is a pick purse nor a horse stealer, but for his verity and love, I do think him as concave as a covered goblet or a worm-eaten nut.
Not true in love?
When he is in, but I do not think he is.
But you have heard him swear downright he was.
Was is not is. Besides, the oath of a lover is no stronger than that of a tapster. Both are the confirmer of false reckonings. He attends here in the forest upon the former duke your father.
I saw my father this morning in disguise. He asked me of what parentage I was, and I said, of as good as he, and we laughed. And he let me go. Oh, but why talk we of fathers when there are such men as Orlando?
Oh, that's a brave man. He writes brave verses, speaks brave words, declares brave oaths, and breaks them bravely. Who is that?
Oh, come, let us remove the sight of lovers' feet at those in love. Bring us to the sight, and you shall say, I'll prove a busy actor in their play.
Sweet Phoebe, do not scorn me. Do not say that you love me not in bitterness. The common executioner, the common executioner.
I would not be thy executioner. I fly thee, for I would not injure thee. Thou tell'st me that mine eyes are murderers? 'Tis pretty sure, and very probable, that eyes that are the frailest and softest things, who shut their coward gates on Amiens, should be called tyrants, butchers, and murderers. Now, I do frown on thee with all my heart. And if mine eyes could wound, now let them kill thee. Oh, counterfeit to swoon, why now fall down, or if thou canst not, oh, for shame, lie not to say that mine eyes are murderers. Now, show me the wound that mine eyes have made on thee. Scratch thee but with a pin, and there be some scar of it. Lean but against a rush, the signatures and capable impressures thy poems a moment keeps. But mine eyes, which I have darted at thee, hurt thee not, nor, I am sure, there is any force in eyes that can do thee hurt.
Oh, Phoebe, if any fresh cheek of power fancy, do please, I do love you.
Till that time, come thou not near me. And when that time comes, afflict me with thy mocks, and pity me not. For till that time, I shall not pity thee.
And why? I pray you, who might be your mother that you insult, exalt, and all at once over the wretched? Though you have no beauty, as I see no more in you than without a candle may go dark to bed. Must you therefore be proud and pitiless? Why look you on me so I see no more in you than in the ordinary of nature's sail word? I think she means to angle mine eyes, her too. Faith, proud mistress, nothing can attain my spirits to your worship. You foolish outcast, wherefore do you follow her like foggy south puffing with wind and rain? You are 1,000 times a proper man, and she is a woman. 'Tis not her glass, but you that flatters her, and out of you she sees herself the more proper than any of her lineaments can show her. And you, mistress, know yourself down on your knees, and thank heaven fasting for a good man's love. For I must tell you, friendly in your ear, sell when you can. You're not for all markets. Cry the man's mercy. Consider his offer. Foul is most foul when being foulest be a scoffer. So take her to thee. Fare you well.
Oh, sweet youth, I pray thee, chide a year together. I'd rather hear you chide than this man woo.
He's fallen in love with her foulness, and she'll fall in love with my anger. Fast as she responds, I'll sauce her with bitter words. Why look you on me so?
For no ill will I bear thee.
Do not fall in love with me, for I am falser than vows made in wine. If you know where I am, 'tis by the tufts of olives here hard by. Comrade, ply her hard, and you, be not proud, and look on him more softly. None can be so abused in love as he. Come, sister, to our flock.
Oh, dead forester, I now find thy saw of night. Whoever loved that not loved at first sight.
Sweet Phoebe.
Oh, what sayest thou, Silvius?
Sweet Phoebe, pity me.
Why, I do pity thee, gentle Silvius.
Whatever sorrow this relief shall be, with your sorrow and my love, we shall both be extra mine.
Thou hast my love, is that not neighborly?
I would have you.
That would be covetousness. Silvius, the time was that I hated thee. And yet it is not that I bear thee love, but since thou canst talk of love so well, thy company, which erst was irksome to me, I will endure. And I'll employ thee too. But look no further for further recompense other than you are employed.
So holy and so perfect is my love.
Knowest now that youth that spoke with me erewhile?
Yes, he bought the camp in its bounds.
Think not I love him, though I do ask for him. 'Tis but a peevish boy, yet he talks so well. But what care I for words? Yet words do well when he that speaks them pleases those able to hear. It is a pretty youth. not very pretty, but he is proud. And his pride becomes him. He will make a proper man. The best thing in him is his complexion, and faster than his tongue did make offense, his eye did heal it up. There is a pretty redness to his lip, a little riper and more lusty red. There be some women, Silvius, had they marked him in parcels as I did, would have gone near to fall in love with him. But for my part, I love him not, nor hate him not. And I have more cause to hate him than to love him, for what he did do to chide at me. But now I am remembered, scorned at me. I marvel why I answered not again. But that's all one. Ominence is no quittance. I shall write him a very taunting letter, and thou shalt bear it, wilt thou, Silvius?
Phoebe, with all my heart.
I'll write it to him straight. The matter's in my head and in my heart. I will be bitter and passing short. Come with me now, Silvius.
Ay, pretty youth, let me be better acquainted with thee.
They say you are a melancholy fellow.
I am so. I do love it better than laughing.
Those that are in extremity of either are abominable fellows and betray themselves to every censure worse than drunkards.
Why, 'tis good to be sad and say nothing.
Or then 'tis good to be opposed.
I have neither the scholar's melancholy, which is emulation, nor the musician's, which is fantastical, nor the courtier's, which is proud, nor the soldier's, which is ambitious, nor the lawyer's, which is politic, nor the lady's, which is nice, nor the lover's, which is all of these, but it is a melancholy of mine own, compounded of many simples, extracted from many objects, and indeed the sundry's contemplation of my travels, in which my often rumination wraps me in a most humorous sadness.
Oh, a traveler, by my faith, you have great reason to be sad. I fear you have sold your land to see other men's. And they say that those that have seen much and have nothing have rich eyes and poor heads.
Yes, I have gained my experience.
Your experience makes you sad. I'd rather have a fool to make me merry than an experience to make me sad. Oh, and to travel for it too.
Good day and happiness, dear Rosalind.
Nay then, God be with you, and you talking blank verse.
God, farewell, Monsieur Traveler. Chide God for making you that countenance that you are. Oh, now, Orlando, where have you been all this while? You are a lover, and yet you play me such another trick. Never come in my sight more.
Why, I come within an hour of my promise.
Break an hour's promise in love.
Pardon me, dear Rosalind.
And then you play me such a trick. Never come in my sight more. I'd as lief to be wooed of a snail.
Of a snail?
Aye, of a snail, for though he comes slowly, he brings his house on his head. A better jointure than I think you make me a woman. Besides, he brings his fortune with him.
What's that?
Why, horns which you feign to be begotten of your wives. He comes armed with his fortune to prevent the slander of his wife.
Virtue is no hornmaker. My Rosalind is virtuous.
And am I your Rosalind?
It pleases him to call you so, but he hath a Rosalind of a better leer than you.
Come, woo me. Woo me. What would you say to me now if I were your very, very Rosalind?
Why, I would kiss before I spoke.
Nay, you would take the occasion to speak first, and then, when, being out of words, you might take the occasion to kiss. Very good orators when they are out spit, and for lovers lacking God, chide us. Matter, the cleanliest ship is to kiss.
How if the kiss be denied?
Well, then that entreats onto another matter.
Well, who could be outbeing before his beloved mistress?
Well, if I were your mistress, I should think my honesty ranker than my wit.
What of my suit?
Not out of your apparel, but yet out of your suit.
Well,
And am I not your Rosalind?
I take some joy to say that you are, because then I would be speaking of her.
Well, then, in her person, I say I will not have you.
And in mine own person I die.
No, faith, die by attorney. The poor world is almost billions of years old, and not once has a man died in a love cause. Troilus had his brains dashed out with a club, yet he did what he could to die before. And he is one of the many passions of love. Men have died from time to time, and worms have eaten them, but not for love.
I would not have my right Rosalind of this mind, for I fear her frown might kill me.
By this hand it will not kill fly. But come, I shall be your Rosalind in a more friendlier disposition. Ask me what you will, and I will grant it.
Then love me, Rosalind.
Fridays, Saturdays, and all,
And what will you?
and 20 such.
And what sayest thou?
Are you good?
I hope so.
Well, then, can one not desire too much of a good thing? Come, sister. You shall play the priest and marry us. Come, Orlando, give me your hand.
I cannot say the word.
You must say, will you, Orlando?
Go to. Wilt thou, Orlando, wed this Rosalind?
I will.
Aye, but when?
Why, as soon as she can marry us.
Then you will say, I take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
I take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
And I take thee, Orlando, for my husband. There's a girl that goes before a priest, and I do say my thoughts run before my actions.
I so do all thoughts, they are winged.
Now, how long would you have her after you became her partner?
Why, forever and a day.
Oh, nay, say a day, say forever without the day. Men are April when they woo, but December when they wed, and maids are May when they are maids, yet the sky changes when they are wives. I shall be more clamorous than a parrot against the rain, more newfangled than an ape, more giddy in my desires than a monkey. I shall weep for nothing like Diana in the fountain when thou art most inclined to be merry, and I shall laugh like a hyena when thou art most inclined to sleep.
Aye, but will my Rosalind do so?
She will do as I do.
Oh, but she is wise.
Or else she cannot have wit enough to do this, the wise, the wayward. Make out with a woman's wit, and stop that, twill out the keyhole, shut that, and twill out with the smoke up the chimney.
For these 2 hours, Rosalind, I must leave thee.
Alas, my love, I cannot lack thee 2 hours.
I must attend the former Duke at dinner. By 2 o'clock, I will be with thee again.
Go your ways. Go your ways. I knew what would come. My friends told me as such. Yet that tongue of yours won me over, but yet, in faith, I die. 2 o'clock is your hour.
Yes, indeed.
Well then, God mend me, and by all oaths that are not dangerous, if you break 1 jot of your promise, or come 1 minute behind your hour, I will think you the most pathetical break promise and the most hollow lover.
With no less religion, if thou art indeed my Rosalind, be it so. Adieu.
Time is the old justice that judges all such offenders, so let time try. Do.
You have simply misused our gender in your love praise. We should have your jacket and your ripped jeans plucked over your head to show the world what the bird hath done to her own nest.
Cuz, my pretty cuz. Oh, if thou couldst know how deep I am in love. My love hath an unknown bottom like the sea.
Or rather bottomless, and that the more affection you pour in, the more it runs out.
Hey, let that bastard of Venus, that thing conceived of thought and born of spleen, let that blind little rascal thing decide how deep I am in love. Oh, I cannot be out of the sight of Orlando. Oh, I must find a shadow inside until he comes. Oh.
And I'll go to sleep.
Free feet.
which is he that killed the deer?
Sir, it was I. What shall he have that killed the deer? His leather skin and horns to wear? Then sing him home, the rest shall bear this burden. Take thou no scorn to wear the horn, it was a crest ere thou wast born. Thy father's father wore it, and thy father bore it. The horn, the lusty horn, is not a thing to laugh to scorn.
Where art thou? It's 2 o'clock and here much Orlando.
I warn you. Oh, with love and a troubled brain, Orlando have taken his bow and arrows and gone to sleep. But who comes here?
My errand is to you, Frederick. My gentle Phoebe bids me give you this. I know not of its contents, but with a stern brow and eager action, which he did use to write it. Pardon me, I'm just a guiltless messenger.
Patience herself would fain and play the swaggerer. She says that I am not fair, that I lack manners, and that she could not love me were men as rare as phoenix thoughts my life. Her love is not a hare that I do hunt. Why writes she to me so? Well, well, well. This is a letter of your own device.
No, I protest Phoebe did write it.
Come, you are a fool! I say she never did invent this letter. This is a man's invention, and in his hand will you hear it?
Sure, it is hers.
Snow White is a cold and boisterous style for challengers. Why rails she to me so?
Call you this railing?
Why thy godhead laid apart, warrest thou with a woman's heart? Ever hear such railing? Whilst the eye of man did rule me, that could do no vengeance to me, meaning me a beast. If the scorn of your eye did have such power to raise such love in mine, alack in me, in strange effect, would they work a mild aspect. While you chide me, I did love.
Alas, poor friend.
Do you pity him? Pity him not. Wilt thou love such a woman? Thou hast been turned into the very extremity of love, and love hath made thee a tame snake. I say, get you to her, and tell her, if she will love me, I encourage her to love thee. If she will not, I will never have her. Get you hence, and not a word. Here comes more company.
Good morrow, fair ones, pray you, if you know where in the purlieus of this forest stands an outcast camp, fenced about with olive trees.
West of this place, down in the neighbor bottom, the rank of osiers by the murmuring stream, left on your right hand brings you to the place, but at this hour the house doth keep itself, there's none within.
If that an eye may profit by a tongue, I should know you by description. Such garments and such years, the boy is a female favor and bestows himself like a ripe sister. The woman, lo. Are not you the ones that I did ask for?
It is no boast being asked to say we are.
Orlando doth commend himself to you both, and to that youth that he call his Rosalind, he sends this bloody napkin. Are you he?
I am. What are we to understand by this?
Some of my shame. If you must know what man I am, and how, and why, and where this handkerchief was stained.
I pray thee tell it.
When last the young Orlando parted from you, he left a promise to return again within an hour. Pacing the forest, chewing the food of sweet and bitter fancy, lo, what befell? He threw his eyes aside, and mark what object did present itself. Under an oak whose boughs were mossed with age, a wretched, ragged man, overgrown with hair, lay sleeping on his back. Duke Frederick's men lay crouching with cat-like watch, when that the man should stir, for 'tis a royal disposition of those beasts to prey on nothing that seem as dead. Shouting that his ragged appearance doth inquire to be that of Orlando, the one that Duke Frederick sought, this seen, Orlando did approach the man, and found it was his brother, his elder brother.
Oh, I have heard him speak of such a brother, and he did render him the most unnatural that lived amongst men.
And while he might so do, for well I know he was unnatural.
But to Orlando, did he leave him there at the mercy of those elitist henchmen?
Twice he turned his back, and purpose so, but kindness, nobler ever than revenge, and nature, stronger than his just occasion, made him give battle, who quickly fell before him, from which, hurtling from miserable slumber, I awaked.
Are you his brother?
Wast you he rescued?
Wast you that so oft contrived to kill him?
'Twas I, but 'tis not I. I do not shame to tell you what I was, since my conversion so sweetly tastes, being the thing I am.
To the bloody napkin.
By and by, as I came into that desert place, in brief, he led me to the gentler former duke, who gave me fresh array and entertainment, committing me unto my brother's love, who led me instantly unto his cave. There stripped himself, and here upon his arm they had torn some flesh away, which all this while had bled, and now he fainted, and cried in fainting upon Rosalind. In brief, I recovered him, I bound up his wound, and after some small space, being strong at heart, he sent me hither, stranger as I am, to tell the story so that you may excuse his broken promise, and to give this napkin, dyed in his blood, unto the punkish youth that he, in sport, doth call his Rosalind.
Oh, now, sweet Ganymede, cousin Ganymede.
Oh, many will swoon when they do look on blood.
There is more in it, cousin Ganymede.
Oh, look, he recovers.
I would we were at home.
Well, let us go hither. Pray you take him by the arm.
Be of good cheer, youth. You a man. You lack a man's heart. Walk on your own.
I could do so. I pray you, sir. Tell your brother how well I counterfeited swoon.
This is no counterfeit. There's too great testimony in your complexion that it was a passion of earnest.
Counterfeit, I assure you.
Well then, take good heart and counterfeit to be a man.
I would. I could do so. I should have been a woman by right.
You grow paler and paler. Hie you homewards. Good sir, go with us.
That should I, for I must bear answer back how I excuse your brother, Rosalind.
I shall devise something. I pray you commend to him how well I counterfeited. Will you go?
We will find a time, Audrey. Be patient, gentle Audrey.
Faith, the priest was good enough for all the old gentlemen saying.
A most wicked Sir Oliver, Audrey, a most vile Martext. But, Audrey, there is a young boy in the forest lays claim to you.
I know who 'tis. He hath no claim in me in the world. Here comes the man you mean.
It is meat and drink to me to see a clown. We that have good wits have much to answer for. We must be flouting, we cannot hold.
Good evening, Audrey. And good evening to you too, sir.
Good even, gentle friend. How old are you, friend?
5 and 20, sir.
All right, age. Is thy name William?
William, sir.
A fine name. Was born in the forest here.
Aye, sir, I thank God.
Thank God, a fine answer. Art rich, art thou wise?
Aye, sir, I have a pretty wit.
Thou answerest well. Though now I remember me as saying, the fool doth think himself to be wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. You do love this maid?
I do, sir.
Give me your hand. Art thou learned?
No, sir.
Then learn this of me. To have is to have. For it is a figure in rhetoric that drink being poured out of one cup into a glass, by filling the one doth empty the other. Therefore, all your writers do consent that ipse is them. Now, you are not ipse, for I am them.
Which then, sir?
Them, sir, that must marry this woman. Therefore, you clown, abandon, which in the vulgar is leave, the society which in the boorish is company of this woman, which altogether is abandon the society of this woman clown, or thou perishest, or to thy better understanding, diest, or to wit, I kill thee, make thee away, translate thy life into death, thy liberty into bondage. I will deal in poison with thee, or in bastinado, or in steel. I will ban thee with thee in faction. I will overrun thee with policy. I will kill thee 150 ways. Therefore tremble and depart. Do, good William.
God rest you, Mary, sir.
Our getting Anita and Eliana seek you. Come away, away!
Trip, Audrey, I attend. Oh.
It's possible that on so little occasion you should like her, but seeing you should love her, and loving woo, and wooing she should grant her. Will you preserve her to enjoy her? Neither call the giddiness of it in question, the poverty of her, the small acquaintance, my sudden wooing, nor her sudden consenting, but say with me, I love Aliena. Say with her that she love me, consent with both that we may enjoy each other. It shall be to your good, for my father's house and all the revenue that was old Sir Roland's I estate upon thee, and here live and die of punk.
You have my blessing. Let your wedding be tomorrow, and I shall go and bid the Duke to the nuptial. But go you and prepare your Aliena for... Look you, here comes my Rosalind.
God save you, brother.
And you, fair sister.
Orlando, what grieves me to see your heart in a sleeve.
It is my arm.
I thought thy heart had been wounded by thy viciousness.
Wounded it is, but with the eyes of a lady.
Oh, see where you are at. Your brother and my sister no sooner looked than sighed, no sooner sighed than loved, no sooner loved than asked the reason, no sooner knew the reason but sought the remedy. And so they have made a ramp to love, where they will to incontinent, or else be incontinent before marriage. They are in the very breaths of love, and they will together. Loves cannot stop them.
They are to be married tomorrow, and I will bid the Duke to the wedding, but oh, what a bitter thing it is to see joy through the eyes of another man.
Why then, tomorrow I cannot serve your turn for Rosalind?
I can no longer live by thinking.
Know of me now, for now I speak with some importance. I know that you are an intelligent man, and I must say to you, since I was 3 years old, I have since conversed with a magician, profound in his art and not yet damnable. And so tomorrow, when your brother marries Aliena, so shall you too marry Rosalind. I know of what straits of will of fortune she is driven into, and if it seem not surprising to you, I will set her before you tomorrow, human as she is and without any damage.
Speakest thou in sober meanings?
About my life I do, which I do tender dearly, though I say I am a magician. So therefore, to you in your best array bid your friends, for tomorrow, if you be married, you shall, and to Rosalind, if you will. There comes a lover of mine and a lover of hers.
Oh, sweet youth.
You have done me much of gentleness to show the letter that I wrote to you.
I make it my case to seem despiteful and ungentle to you. You are therefore followed by a faithful outcast. Look on him, love him, he worships you.
Sweet outcast, tell this youth what it is to love.
It is made of all sighs and tears, and I am for Phoebe.
And I for Ganymede. And I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman.
It is made of all devotion and service. And I for Phoebe.
And I for Ganymede. And I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman.
It is made of all fantasy, all adoration, all patience, all impatience, all chaos. And I am for Phoebe.
And I for Ganymede.
And
I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman.
If this be so, why ye blame you me to love you?
And if this be so, I blame you to love me.
If this be
So why blame you me to love you?
Who do you speak to? Why blame you me to love you?
To her that is not here and doth not hear?
Peace, 'tis like the howling of Welsh wolves against the moon. I will hope you if I can. I would love you if I could, and all meet together tomorrow. I will marry you if I ever married woman, and I shall be married tomorrow. I will satisfy you if I ever satisfied man, and you shall be married tomorrow. I will content you if what pleases you contents you, and you shall be married tomorrow. As you love Rosalind meet, as you love Phoebe meet, and as I love no woman I'll meet.
I'll not fail, I'll live.
Nor I.
Nor I.
Scratched up bad, but I can't stop watching it back.
Dost thou believe, Orlando, that the boy can do all that he hath promised?
I so believe as those that fear they hope and hope they fear.
Patience! Once more. You say that if I bring your Rosalind here, you will bestow her upon Orlando?
That I would if I had wealth to give.
And you say that when I bring you Rosalind, you will marry her?
That would I of all kingdoms king.
You say you will marry me if I will have you?
That I will, should I die the hour after.
Though if you do refuse to marry me, you'll give consideration to this faithful forester?
So is the bargain.
You will marry Phoebe if she be willing?
If love and death would be one thing.
And from henceforth I go, to make all these doubts even. Aliena.
I do remember in this ruffian boy some lively touches of my daughter's favor.
My good sir, when first I met him, I thought he was brother to your daughter, but this boy is forest born and hath been taught in the many disparate studies by an old religious uncle whom he claims to be a great magician obscured in the circles of the forest.
There's sure another flood towards, and all these couples are coming to the ark. Here comes very, very strange beasts, which in odd tongues are called fools.
Greetings and salutation to you all.
Good, my lord, bid them welcome. This is that same motley-minded gentleperson I have so often met in the forest. They have been in a league, they swear.
And if any man doubt that, let him put me to my purgation. I have trod a measure, I have laughter a lady. I have been politic with my friends, smooth with mine enemy. I have undone 3 tailors, have had 4 quarrels, and laughed to have fought 1.
And how's that taken us?
A faith we met and found it to be upon the 7th cause.
How 7th cause? Good my lord like this fellow?
I like them very well.
God hold you, sir. I desire you of the like. I present here today, sir, among the rest of the country, copulatives, to swear and to forswear, as marriage binds and blood breaks. A poor virgin, sir, but mine own. An ill-favored thing, sir, to take that which no man else will. Rich honesty dwells like a miser in a poor man's house, as your pearl within a foul oyster.
Is not this a rare fellow, my lord? There's good at anything, and yet a fool.
They use their folly like a stalking horse, and under the presentation of this stuff their wit.
There's mirth in heaven, when earthly things make even atone together. Good do perceive thy daughter. Hymen from heaven brought her, brought her hither. Thou mightest join her hand with his, whose heart within his bosom is.
To you I give myself, for I am yours. To you I give myself, for I am yours.
If truth be in sight, this is my daughter.
If there be truth in sight, you are my Rosalind.
I'm a fitting disguise.
Not a disguise.
Good name.
Oh, sight and shape be true, then my love is adieu.
be not he. And I'll have no husband if you be not he. Nor ne'er wed woman if you be not she.
He so, I bar confusion. 'Tis I must make conclusion of these most strange events. Here's 8 that must take hands to join in Hymen's bands.
Oh, dear niece, welcome thou art to me. Even daughter, welcome in no less degree.
Now thou art mine. My faith your fancy doth combine.
Give me an audience! A word or two. I am the second son of old Sir Roland that brings fair tidings to this fair assembly. Duke Frederick, upon hearing how men of great worth every day resorted to this forest, addressed a mighty power, which were on foot in his own conduct, and so he came to put his brother to the sword. Upon nearing the skirts of this wild wood, he met an old religious figure, and upon some discourse did convert from his enterprise. This, upon my life, I swear to be true.
Thou art welcome, young man. Thou offerest fairly to thy brother's weddings, first in the forest. Let those ends do, where things can be well begun and well begot. So, let us forget our fallen dignity and fall into rustic revelry, play music, measures keeping with joy and measures fallen.
By your patience, if I heard you rightly, the Duke hath cast into neglect the pompous court?
He hath.
To him will I. Out of these convertites, there's much matter to be heard and learned. You, to your former honor, I bequeath. Your patience and virtue well deserves it. You, to a love that your true faith doth merit. You, to land and love and great allies. You, to a long well-deserved bed.
Yes.
And you, to wrangling. For thy loving voyage is but 2 months victuals. So,
okay.
to your pleasures, and for other than for dancing measures.
Stay, Jaques, stay.
To see no pastime, aye. What you would have, oh, it's good to see you at your
It is not the fashion to give the disabled woman the epilogue, but 'tis no more abnormal to see the lord the prologue, and so we shall play the fool no more. They say that good wine needs no good bush, and good plays need no good epilogue. Yet to good wine they do use good bushes, and good plays prove the better by the help of a good epilogue. What case am I, then, that I am neither a good epilogue, nor can insinuate with you on the behalf of a good play? I'm not furnished like a beggar, and so therefore to beg will not become of me. And so I bid you farewell.